Oh, man. Anthony Davis. One of the most unique talents in the NBA. I see a lot of myself in him. I can't wait to face him and see if I can get the upper hand. I know I'm still a rookie, but it's the ultimate test to see where my game is at right now. And I live for these moments. So bring it on, Brow.
Toronto, Ontario, where the Raptors look to take one from a Western Conference team here at the Air Canada Centre. This game is part of the travel schedule for New Orleans. They've hit a rough spot here early. 50 seconds left to play in the first quarter. So for New Orleans right now, Norris Cole is out there with Quincy Pondexter. Then there's Anderson. Then it's Alexis Ajinça. And it's Cunningham in at small forward. Anderson. And the layup falls. Anderson's got his second basket.
You know, that's been a big part of their offense in the early stages. I mean, their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range right at the rim.
And Clark, they might as well keep doing it. I mean, attack the basket until the defense makes an adjustment.
Pelicans trail by 3. The feed to Pondexter. Pass to Cole. There's the pick. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Yeah, I think they've got to ramp up the aggressiveness, Greg. I mean, if they don't, things are just going to get worse from here.
Here's Freak. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game.
Room service delivery right there, fellas. Wonderful entry feed.
Kicks it to Anderson. Another shot. Biyombo with the block. And that's out of bounds. New Orleans will retain possession. Second chance shot. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. New Orleans shooting their 4th attempt at the free throw line right here.
And they were 75% from the line a season ago.
And it's tied up with that one. It's all tied in Toronto. And we'll be back in just a moment with the... And power forward Patrick Patterson, getting better every season. He said that his college career at Kentucky... Patterson, Clark, exactly the guy he says he is, and that's why he's one of those glue guys you've got to have on your team.
Yep, Velcro Valutility, I call him, the kind of guy who his teammates just love. I mean, they know he's always going to have their back, and he's always going to work hard. He's going to do what he's supposed to do and be where he's supposed to be and do it when he's supposed to be.
And just over 3.5 minutes played here in the second quarter. Joseph dishes to Scola. And Davis sends it back. And they're able to recover.
You know, that's hard to explain that play. I mean, I guess he thought he had more room than he did.
Pelicans leading by 6.
And Anthony Davis growing up in the rough south side of Chicago, because of the violence, his father didn't let him venture to the playground. Instead, he built a basketball court in the backyard. This young man has come a long way.
Inside, it's stolen by Davis. Here's Holiday. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. And now a 10-point New Orleans lead. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for the Pelicans.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
You know, adding on to that, they've done a great job of challenging and changing shots in this first half, and they've gotten some blocks as well.
And Davis stayed around the game in grade school. He'd keep the clock, sell the tickets, even someone said sell nachos.
Humble beginnings, partner, humble beginnings. Didn't even dream of NBA stardom. Said he wanted to be a high school coach. Obviously, things have changed now.
Here's Freak. Rebound by Pondexter.
The right thing there to stay that tight on him and really try to keep him out of his comfort zone.
Offline with his three. For New Orleans, their last game, a loss to Atlanta.
Yeah, plagued by foul trouble throughout in that game. I think it just forced them into some rotations that they weren't comfortable with.
Yeah, and you know, the frustrating part, guys, is that's something that can be avoided. You know, you can correct that, but you've got to move your feet and keep your hands to yourself. You've got to show some discipline.
Well, last season, Quincy Pondexter was moved to the Pelicans. He really took off after the trade and played some of his best basketball to date.
And that concludes the first half. Pelicans on top.
Hey, Kevin. Well, Coach Casey, obviously it's early in the season, but how would you say this team is shaping up in terms of its chemistry and personnel-wise?
I love our guys. We have a great group of young men that are competing hard, and it feels good.
All right, the second half beginning in just a moment.
What a game.
Patrick Patterson. Terrence Ross is checked in for DeMarre Carroll, and it's Powell in for DeMar DeRozan. The Pelicans also changing it up. Alexis Ajinça has checked in for Asha. Cunningham comes in for Davis, and it's Norris Cole in for Drew Holiday. So the Pelican five right now. Gordon the off guard with Evans at the three. Cunningham is out there with Alexis Ajinça, and it's Cole in at the one spot. Lowry kicks to Freak, takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Kyle Lowry with a beautiful setup.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Cunningham passes to Cole. There's the screen. Evans inside. Powell on him. And it's Ajinça missing. Toronto's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Now here's Freak, defended by Gordon. There's the dish to Freak. Pelicans pull it in.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on it.
To the paint. Here's Ajinça. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And a sturdy screen set for him that time. And he doesn't fool around, just straight to the rim for the finish.
No way for his man to get around that one. That's for sure.
No chance, Kevin. I mean, the screen was in the right spot. His feet were set. He would have had to go straight through it, and that's not legal.
And guys, Bismack Biyombo. And so the big win by Toronto in a tight game. What a show they put on here at home tonight.
Yes, guys, I'm here with Kyle Lowry. And Kyle, following this win here
The 2K Sports post-game show.
Hey folks, welcome back. Ernie Johnson here with Kenny's. The fourth quarter was all him. It was like he couldn't miss, and it was just one basket after another.
He had a very nice night from the field tonight, shooting over 50%. That smooth, soft touch was working for him tonight. No matter how tight the D played him, he was still shooting it right in their face.
And that wraps things up, folks. Thanks for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith, Kevin Harlan.
What a life, eh, freak? 1 minute you're playing 21 and horse on the courts in Harlem, and the next moment you're in the showroom, configuring the gunmetal and graphite exterior of your luxury car and your iPad mini. Oh, I bet you get a crazy crowd when you drive that car around the block in the old neighborhood, huh?
Yeah, I'm living the dream. Bad pandemonium. But folks from back around the way are real proud of me.
Yeah, I hear you. Local kid makes good. You know, it kind of reminds me of when I took my tech stock public and I rang the New York Stock Exchange bell, and my mom's friends called her up and said, "Maggie, is that your son on Bloomberg News this morning ringing the bell?" And my mom says, "Yes, sirree, Bob, it was him." That was a great moment, freak. And you know, our lives are like a pearl necklace of great moments, all strung together with the finest silk thread of memories. And we have to be very careful how we cultivate those pearls and weed through.
Tell you about Vic. He has his bad rap. It's not